afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Boy, it's one of those gloomy days, a little rain today, but we're having some fun because we're warm inside. This is
Yes.
Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Monday through Friday at noon, Gets Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino is in the house, folks, and I hope
Happy
you guys are
Tuesday.
having a great day. Yeah, how you doing today, kid?
Doing good. It is gloomy as hell. It is. I lost my voice a little bit, got some hot tea going on here, and I'm going to make my own sunshine today, right?
There you go. Pour a little brandy in there, and that thing will work out just fine. Warm you up, a little warm it up.
Yep.
Absolutely. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders. Mostly it's dedicated to lovely people like you who take the time and watch the show along with the veterans and everybody in the military. Thank you for what you guys do in making America great. We're having a great time. It's going to be a good show. We got a whole great week of stuff coming up, and let's get right to that. It's showtime, everybody. Let's go to work. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those days as we are today. Twisted Tuesday, Carol
Yeah.
Brandolino. Carol, you're going to Bloomington after this, right? Bloomington, Illinois?
Yeah, I have a 2-day conference for work in Bloomington
Okay.
Normal. So right by where it was
Yeah.
at Illinois State University on the campus there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
leave straight from here after the show. And
There you
yeah, I'm
go.
supposed to stay till Friday.
Very cool. It'll be a lot of fun out there. We've been there many times. I love the place up
Mhm.
there. It's nice.
Yeah.
Any college town is actually kind of cool, and even during the week, they're usually jumping. You always find a bar. I guess
Oh, for
they
sure.
say like in certain towns, like on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, because the college, they have specials for the kids in those
Mhm.
bars for that particular day of the
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually not too bad there. Guys, it's Ocean's Pit. Let's get right to our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is in the place. Buy local, shop local. Guys, small engine repair service offered at all the Chicagoland JRC Ace Hardware locations. No appointment necessary. Just bring your small engine in. Speak to one of our knowledgeable sales associates. They can pick a unit for us. They will gladly pick it up and deliver it right back to you. And get ready to grill your ace off with the JRC Ace Hardware stores. Weber, Kager, Blackstone, Napoleon are all on display in the stores. While you're shopping, a large display of rubs, spices, sauces. Be sure to take a look at the new Weber Spirit Grill. New design, new price. 3-burner new Weber Spirit model grill is only $4.99. $4.99 for the whole month of March. That is our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Yeah, it's one of those days. And
Mhm.
boy, you know what? Like I said, you're looking in the news, and I just wanted to ask you. Everybody already got my opinion on it. What was your take on the President Trump President Trump against President Zelensky when they sat down and talked? I just mentioned a couple things. I thought it might have been behind closed doors. Maybe it should have been a little bit
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But
Mhm.
what was your take?
I saw bits and pieces of it that the media showed. I didn't watch the entire thing. I don't know how much of it was actually aired, but it was uncomfortable. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch. And I think the parts that they did show, again, it's always altered in one way or another to make you look at it as, it didn't look great. I like the fact that it was transparent because at least you're seeing what people are saying. I think that's important to at least see it. But yeah, I think it was something they shouldn't really do again that way. It was an
Uh,
uncomfortable exchange. There should be more closed doors, but they should have people that we know we're going to get the full story from to report on it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, it makes
Awkward.
sense, and I agree with you on that extent. Look, I don't know what Zelensky has on had on Biden and or any other political. I don't know. We did look. I'm glad that the United States of America were the greatest country in the world, and we try to help people in need. That was a lot of
Mhm.
money they got, and you know what? You can't.
Yeah.
Trump came in, and you guys knew it wasn't going to be like patty cake, patty cake.
Right. Of
You knew
course.
it was going to be an attack in some sort of degree, but in
Mhm.
some way, it's just Trump doing what he promised he's going to do to help
Yeah.
the United States of America.
Yeah.
Could it be just could a trap? Maybe he did that purposely, Zelensky, to make Trump look bad. But I also, guys, and I mentioned this yesterday, and I don't know what your thoughts on this, Carol, is, but guys, let's be honest. If it was another Republican president
Mhm.
in that same shoes
Oh,
talking to
yeah.
Zelensky,
Yes.
it wouldn't have
He
made a
would have
deal
been
because there's
revered.
so much.
He would have been
Yes,
revered.
there's
Mhm.
so much hatred on President Donald Trump now that, like I said, no matter what he does. So,
Right. Yeah. That's
I just
true.
want to make
That's
America
true.
concentrate on us. And I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I feel for Ukraine. I understand we need to help these people, but when does it all stop? When do we take care of our own? Put
You have
that
to
money
help
to our
here.
homeless and
We gotta help
veterans and.
here first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
I agree. I'm gonna get
Mhm.
I'm gonna get some slack for it, but there it is. Joanne, Tony, Ricky, how you doing? Emil, what's up, buddy? Nina, everybody, welcome everybody to Ocean Spit Twisted Tuesday. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Interesting to see what happens in the future with that stuff coming up. All right. Yesterday was nice. We had a nice last rehearsal. We had a couple more rehearsals with Mojo's Jukebox. The band getting ready for the 17 days away from the Chicago Music Cruise, and we'll talk about that a little later. But that was very, very cool, and I'm just getting excited because you know how it is. It's right around the corner, so you smell the spring air,
Oh,
you smell
yes.
everything that's changing, but you don't smell it too much today. But
No.
all right, so here's the first question today, Carol. Why do people opt out of having kids, in your opinion?
Oh, why do they opt out of having kids?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it depends on how they were, what kind of a home they were raised in is probably one reason. I think there's a lot of kids that are like, no way. Maybe the oldest kid, a lot of times, I think that they had to take the role of the parent and watch their younger siblings. I know people very well like that said, I'm never having kids because, they spent a big portion of their later teenage years and early 20s taking care of their younger siblings. So they were like, no, you know what I mean? They see it's a huge responsibility. It's a huge sacrifice. And you have to put somebody else before yourself all the time. So, nowadays, to be honest with you, I don't blame anybody for not wanting to have kids. I think that there's just too much uncertainty and the world has changed just so drastically that it's kind of scary. And financially too. I mean, you really shouldn't be bringing kids into the world. No one's ever going to financially be ready ever. They
right.
say, well, wait till you do this. But right now, truly, you have to make sure you can actually afford it because how are you going to take care of a child? You know what I mean? And give them what they need and want and make it a comfortable, nice, life.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't blame
right.
people anymore. Mhm.
I understand that, and I think a lot of people right now, and I ask people all the time this at my shows: if you're married, how many people married? Put their
Yeah.
hands up. How many happily married? If you had no kids, would you be still married? It's surprising how the hesitation of people, even though they're sitting next to their spouse,
Yeah.
to put their hand up.
Right.
I also think it's people that are a little maybe kind of selfish and they don't want to give your time or money or whatever to children. That could be another reason, or it could be your job. People ask me, Tony, you're so great with kids. Why never you had your own kids? Well, because I think of my profession that I was in, working every night of the week,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
being a little crazy at the time that I was. I don't think it would have been fair to that child, and I think some people just do it. Some people. I knew a guy, a musician. I won't mention names, but to keep his wife from bothering him, he had 6 kids to keep her at home watching the kids. So she couldn't go out with him. She couldn't do anything. So he can live a life. So he goes,
So wait,
"That's why I had kids."
he admitted that? He admitted that? Is he a
He
comedian?
admitted it. Yeah, no, he admitted it to me. He
Holy
goes, "Yeah,
shit.
you want to
That
keep, yeah, you want to keep the wife at home and stop bothering you? Give her a bunch of kids, then she'll be stuck with
Wow.
kids." That's what an entertainer. I won't mention his name, but he's
Please
not with
don't.
us anymore anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's not with
Um,
us anymore, right?
so You know what's funny is people think that it's a bad thing to be selfish. I think it's actually like what you said. I think it's responsible. I think it's responsible that you don't have kids. If you know you're not going to be around, you're not going to be able to be a dad or mom, or you're not going to be able to give them time. I hate to compare it to getting a dog. I really do. But if you're getting a pet and you have a full-time job and you're like a single parent, or the only one at home, why are you getting a dog? They're going to be home all day, all by themselves. Do you know what I mean? If you already know that, I think it's being responsible. I don't even think it's selfish. I think you're being responsible and not having children if you know you're not going to be able to be there. What's the point? Really?
I agree with 100%. Dennis from Lake Geneva, email from Florida, Jerry, Jams in the house, Boyd, Connie, Ronald. Yeah, good day for fishing on Monday. Hey, about this though. I mean, I love this person. We want to spend the rest of our day together. We have a beautiful vacation. We're going to have a beautiful home. We're going to have beautiful kids. But in the meantime, can you sign this piece of paper? If we get divorced, you don't get a piece of the pot. So what is your opinion on a prenup?
Wow. I mean, look, if you had millions already, you made your business, you built it. I couldn't knock somebody for wanting that. I really could not, a man or a woman, what you came into that marriage with. And if you really, people bust their asses. And
I believe if whatever you had.
Yes. And I do believe that usually at the end of the day in divorce is supposed to be marital, or non-marital is before, but if you have just all this money and you don't do something, I think it's smart to do that, because then I think it takes away all the other drama involved in your marriage. Because if that prenup is there, then that other drama is just, you're not going to have to worry about it. I think it'll make things better. I really do. I think it'll make things better, because that's not in the back of your mind thinking, oh, they're going to do this or do that for my money. But you shouldn't really be marrying somebody if you don't know them that well and you think they might be marrying you for your money. But the fact is, guess what? If you're a millionaire, like you say this all the time, if this guy's a gazillionaire and he's 75 and the girl's 28, what the fuck do you think she wants with you? Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm going to clean your diaper, I'll clean your diaper, but you're paying at the end of the day. Okay. You're going to pay.
And as long as you have that agreement going in, I agree with you 100%. Right. It's Twisted Tuesday. Carol Brandolino telling it like it is. I like it. Oh, there's another thing, folks. Never trust a man who abandons his kids and lacks on child support. That person, if the person doesn't back the kids or help the kids, he can never be loyal to another woman. What's your point on that?
I mean, I think look, they always say blood is thicker than water, right? But we all know that there's family or friends that could be family too. But aside of that, for me, I judge a person on how they treat their kids. Look, like my mom would always say, your dad is your dad. No matter what he's done to me, I'm his wife. I'm not his blood. I'm not his child. We're separate, but your children are very different. Those are your children. Like if somebody walks out on their children, if somebody doesn't support their children, whatever, after a divorce or this or that, I think that just speaks volumes on them. And honestly, I don't think I could ever trust a person like that ever. And I think you're just kind of a shit box if you do that. I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, well, my parents got divorced very late in my lifetime, but to be honest with you, that was one of the things that was a real big issue for me. Though I was an adult, I wasn't married yet. So when I got married, I paid for the entire wedding by myself. We had not talked for a very long time, but in my eyes, I felt like even now I'm 51, I'm still angry about it, is that even though we were fighting, when you find out your daughter's getting married, your only daughter, you should have gone back and apologized for whatever it was that happened or whatever the issues were, and say, okay, you're getting married. This is, part of my responsibility. I should be there and help. And you know what I mean? And apologize and make things right. So if you're not there for your kids, no matter what age they are, there's always, I believe, a second chance there, but you have to go out and you have to go seek it. Kids, it's not their responsibility to come to you and say, I want to make things right. No, it's the parents' responsibility.
Correct. I agree with you on that. And also sometimes if you can't, if the guy doesn't take care of the kids in some sort of way like that, then his character is even screwed up as a friend to another friend, a character in general.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's who you
but
are.
then of course, yeah. But then of course, there's even though people say there's two sides of every story when a
Mhm.
relationship breaks up and
Sure.
stuff like that. That's
Of course.
true. And
Yeah.
we're not going to get along sometimes with the wife. We're not going to get
Yeah.
along sometimes with the husband. But the
Mhm.
kids are yours. They're
Right.
your blood, and
Yes.
you should definitely take care of them.
Yes.
It's Ocean
100.
Spit Twisted
Mhm.
Tuesday with my good friend Carol Brandolino, folks. Busy week this week. Thursday will be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Tody Toto. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Jerry Jams. And Saturday, a brand new club called Johnny's Kitchen and Tap. For us, it's brand new in
Mhm.
Glenview. That's a 7 o'clock hit. Me and Jerry Jams. Let's get to a quick sponsor, folks. We're talking about real estate, and that's my good friend Mary Grievous. That's right. At Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, Mary Grievous, folks. That's mgrievous at starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725 to take care of all your real estate needs. And like I said, even though the cruise is 18 days away, 17 days away, if it's last minute and you decide to go on because prices are dropping a little bit, it is going to happen, folks. I think they still have some rooms left for our group, which is cool. But it's going to happen March 22nd to March 30th. 2025 Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas, 8 days, spring break, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas, and the Jersey Girls and Mojos and Tony Ocean and Seventh Heaven and a whole lot more. So go to Chicago Music Cruise, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at NTD Vacations at 630-688-1725 and tell them, hey, I want to go on Ocean with the Ocean. It's Twisted Tuesday. All right, here we go. Sex on the first date. And we're talking relationship kind of stuff on this thing here. Sex on the first date. If you have sex with somebody on the first date, what do you call that? Jeff Hunt from Seventh Heaven. How you doing, Jeff? What do you call that, sex on the first date?
A mistake. I mean, you're sure not to get, for most part, you're not going to get a call back from the guy. Okay. I'm trying to tell these young girls this. Did you sleep with him? They're like, I don't know why he's not calling back. I don't know why he's not texting back. They're not texting back. I go, did you sleep with him? Well, yeah. Well, that's why he's not, because he got just like that.
Okay. So does it have to go to the full? What if your first date is just touchy-feely in the car, but nothing else happens, and a heavy makeout before anything else actually happens on the first date? Is that wrong too? Dennis, wear a condom. Okay, there you go. Besides that,
I'm not trying to be, listen, I'm not a prude. I'm not trying to be judgy. I was raised very differently, right? Like I couldn't even date. So it was too strict for me. But I will tell you, I do know from seeing other stuff that people did. If you let them touchy-feely, and kissy's fine, obviously. Touchy-feely, it depends how much touchy-feely. And if you under touchy-feely or over the clothes touchy-feely.
Right.
Touchy-feely.
I got it. So like everybody I asked, even my wife and Natalie, what do you call a girl that sleeps on the first date? A putana or an easy woman. But then sometimes you have to think about something too. I think if people going out for that first date, I don't think they're trying to do that. Sometimes if you have a little too much cocktails, one or two, you kind of loosen up a little bit.
Sure.
Or what if you've known the person for a really long time? You know a lot about each other, but you never went on a date, so you kind of feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But you got a point there. Jeff says it was a huge mistake. I wound up marrying her. So there you go.
Well,
yeah. So that's it. Interesting.
If you know him, I don't think it's as big of a deal. I don't. Like if you don't really know him, it's your first date and they're just getting to know you, then I do think it's a big mistake for sure. But if you know him for years and then something ends up happening, I don't think there's anything really.
I know, and then it also goes to your age. You know, at a certain age, people meet after who knows. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about first dates when the 15, 16, 17. But you know what? A lot of girls these days, from what it looks like, they're getting pregnant at a very early age. Now, whether it's a mistake or whether they just want to be supported by the man, there's so much other it can go either way. Daryl
Yep.
Armenstadt, Patrice, how you doing, David? It's Twisted Tuesday. We're talking about that. Let's talk about a couple other things here, folks. Ed Jemima, the woman for Ed Jemima, will be back on the maple syrup before the end of the year. Ed Jemima is coming back. They could not keep it. Well, for all you woke people out there, to you. Okay.
Family,
there you go.
The family didn't even have a problem with it. They did it. It's like they took her off, like she didn't exist.
They were pissed. They were pissed because they stopped getting royalty money. Absolutely. It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. So it's back. Daryl Armenstadt, the professor, you're happy. How about this guy, Matun Araki from India? Okay. He speaks 400 languages. 400 languages, and he mastered them all by the age of 12 years old.
I didn't even know there were 400 languages.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but there you go. I mean, but the point I'm trying to say is we're lucky, me and you, in one way, because we speak two languages. And I think it's important when people try to speak two languages. We know that Donald Trump is trying to make, now President Donald Trump is trying to make the English the #1 language, which I thought was already. But he's trying to prepare something that, I think everybody should try to speak two languages if they can. It's not that easy, but Zelensky on maple here. Jerry goes, put Zelensky on the maple syrup bottle. There you go. How about Uncle Ben? I hope Uncle Ben will come back too. We'll see what happens. But right now, Ed Jemima. Yeah, that's right. She's back. God. A little crazy. Here's another one about relationships. And I asked my wife this and Natalie this morning. What do you think? A woman cheating on a man is different than a man cheating on a woman. Is that true in your opinion?
Okay. I don't know. No, it's not. But I don't know what the question is. Like, some women think it's cheating. The definition of cheating in general is different for people. So men, I think cheating is even, it could be talking or texting or whatever, anything. It could be something a lot less. But for women, I think cheating typically is like sleeping with. Like, I mean, some people think cheating is just like having sex with, right? Or kissing or having intimate something. But nowadays they're trying to say that cheating could be just texting somebody or like, depending what you're talking about, right? Like if you're talking about more intimate things, but no, absolutely not. If you're a man and a woman, cheating is cheating. Like it doesn't matter.
No. And I kind of thought that same thing, but I threw the question to my wife, Laura, today. By the way, she's doing fantastic, and she's getting better and better every day. Thank you. Again, Jeanette, if you're watching, thank you. We just got your flowers yesterday, so thank you much for that. Anyway, when I asked her, the question was, there is a difference. Women cheat from their heart. Men cheat from their penis. So that's exactly how she put it. She put it, men do it because the head is talking for the other head. But when women do it, it's because they really do it from the heart, while men just do it, hey, I got to get a piece.
Got to get a piece. Right. Yeah. I get that. That makes sense. They cheat for different reasons. So I think they cheat for different reasons. But I also think that cheating is cheating. I mean, like whether or not, even though you wanted to get your piece, if you cheated, and we as women know that's why you did it, because you just, have your needs to be met, does that mean the woman's going to act any differently? Oh, okay, you needed to get laid, so it's okay. It was just with your penis. I don't think that the outcome is going to be
still wrong. Exactly. It's still wrong.
It's trouble.
I know what you're saying. But you can't say, well, I just needed sex. And it's not the same thing as my heart. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Jerry says that's why they call it a heart on. Okay. Boyd says there's a difference between love and lust. That's good. Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Speaking of relationships, speaking of marriages, listen to this. This couple, Manuel Dino, is 105 years old. Maria de Souza is 101 years old. They're two married couple from Brazil. They married in 1936. They're the longest one that are alive right now. 84 years married to each other. 13 kids, 55 grandkids.
Holy Christ.
104, 105, and 101. This is in Brazil because they probably live a lot longer out there than they do here in the United States.
Yeah.
105 and 101 still together. They were married in 1936.
God bless them. God
Wow.
bless them. I wonder if they still know each other. Like, I mean, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I mean, like, as you get older, I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but I'm just saying,
No.
like, you know, as you get older, you probably you forget about the really messed up shit because your memory's not as good. And then you can't bring up shit from 50, 60 years ago because you just clearly don't fucking remember. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know.
I agree, man. That makes a lot of sense. It really does. Yeah, because, let's see a couple news here. Rosebud Restaurant celebrating 25 years in the business. There's Rosebud Italian, Alex Dane and his crew. Rosebud Steakhouse is 25 years. Here's another interesting. This is in Denmark. All the cool stuff is always in different countries. Now, here's the one here. In Denmark, instead of going to get a book out of the library, you can borrow a person in real life for 30 minutes and you can talk to that person. For instance, you can talk to somebody who's unemployed. You can talk to somebody who is bipolar. You can talk to somebody who's a drug addict, and you can have them and talk to these people instead of reading books. For 30 minutes, you can talk to somebody. It's interesting. This is in Denver, and you get them for 30 minutes. I mean,
it's like
I guess, if you want to do a story on a police officer, you can rent a police officer for 30 minutes and find out about that. Or a guy who climbed mountains, or a guy that works with animals or something like that. Instead of reading the book, you could have a 30-minute conversation, which probably wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I don't know how these guys get paid. Maybe they get paid by the country, but it is Denmark, and it's a whole different world out there. Right? Isn't it amazing how much stuff happens in different countries compared to what happens here in the United States?
Yes, it does.
Right? It's really... Muhammad Ali. Have you ever been on the Walk of Fame, Hollywood Walk of Fame, Carol?
Yes.
And you walk and see people's feet.
Yeah.
Do you know that Muhammad Ali is the only one you can't, Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, of course, it's the only one you can't step on or walk on because his star is somewhere else. So you can't walk. Of all those great stars, you see the handprints and the footprints. Muhammad Ali is the only one that you can't walk on, which is interesting. I just find some of this stuff a little interesting. Yeah, Billy Joel at his latest concert was trying to do a flip. You hear about that? And fell over and hurt himself during the concert. Thank God he's okay, but maybe sometimes you shouldn't be doing that.
Why, Billy Joel?
Not a flip. You were trying to do something with the microphone. Yes, I agree. I can't. You know how hard it is just for me to put my socks on. I can't even put my socks on. It's tough.
A flip on stage to boot to show everybody? Like, are you nuts? What the?
I agree with you. It is definitely a little crazy. Tonight, I'm excited to see my good buddy Jerry Jams tonight and Carl Doty from St. Jude's. We're doing a big, we're having our meeting at Pizza Boy Pizza in Edison Park. And of course, a great happy 40th birthday to Carlo from Pizza Boy Pizza, celebrating 40 years old. So I'm looking forward to talk about the next thing that we're going to do. Now, don't forget now, there's no show tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment stuff, so there'll be no show tomorrow. But Thursday, we're back with Thirsty Thursday with Carol Brandolino on Thursday. And Friday, my good buddy Ralphiello, the owner of the JRC Ace Hardware Stores, he's going to be doing a segment now once a month called Do It Yourself. He's going to pick a project and do it live so you guys can see it, and then you can help. I think that's a great idea.
That's awesome.
Miles Green, happy birthday to Miles out there. Ellie Weinhardt, Gina, how are you doing? Susie Steele is in the house. It's Twisted Tuesday. Let's see. What do we got here? A woman who is constantly, Carol, a woman who is constantly on social media will struggle to be loyal to just one man.
Okay. I mean, I'm on social media a lot, but I there's a lot of reasons why you're on there. You know what I mean? You could be looking how much you're on there, right? Because you have to do it for your business, right? You're constantly posting, promoting, and doing things like that. Sometimes you're just listening to your podcast. I don't know. Listen, if you're like you said, a putana, you're going to be one no matter what. I don't think social media is
Mhm.
going to make you a bigger hooker. I'll be honest with you. I
Absolutely.
think it's who you are in here and in here. Okay. Like
You're gonna
this
be a bigger
scrolling,
hooker because you're on
yeah,
social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
scrolling isn't going to make you like drop your pants. I'm going to tell you that
Right,
right now.
right, right. It ain't
You
gonna
know,
happen.
right,
Absolutely. So
right.
that's a good point. My good friend Pam and Dave out there are celebrating an anniversary. Congratulations, my good buddy Pam and Dave. Also in the publicist world, the great Margie Korshak has passed away. She was a publicist for a lot of celebrities and a lot of
Mm,
politicians. Margie Korshak passing away. Also, Dolly Parton news. Of course, her
oh,
husband died. They
yeah,
were married 60 years.
yeah.
Carl Dean died at the age of 82 years old. 60
Wow.
years. I mean, that's only 20 years less than the guys in whatchamacallit for
Right.
104. 60
Right.
years.
But you know what? You never heard of I didn't know she was honestly, never thought about her being married.
Me
He got
either.
her in the spotlight, right? So
Yeah.
that is probably why something like that works. Like one person is just okay with the other being in the spotlight and having their, their their space and their career. And they kept it out of the media. And that's probably
Uh,
why they were, I'm guessing, happy if they were together 60 years, right?
uh, I agree. And having we're just talking about having kids and stuff like that. Today is Happy Triplets Day for you people who have triplets out there. I
God bless
think
you too.
Toto's family has triplets.
Oh, yeah.
Triplets there. God bless you. All right, we're
Mhm.
getting into these relationship questions. Back in the day, dads had 3 or 4 kids. Nowadays, kids have 3 or 4 dads.
Yeah, that's
Climate change is crazy. Yes,
mm,
that is absolutely true. Uh, I love it. It makes a lot
that's
of sense.
true.
Now, another thing,
True.
child support. Child support is for kids to take care of
Yes,
what they need,
right.
not for your nails, your hair, or for your
Yes,
lashes and that
yes,
stuff.
right.
Now, but then I did ask my wife. She goes, "Child support comes in. It's part of the whatever you decide to do with it."
Like you put it in the pot, right? Like it comes in, it's just part of the overall spending. I understand where it comes from because there's women that, I mean, there's a lot of men that take care of their kids. They give that child support check. They have to. And it's a lot of money for some of them. And, unfortunately, I think there's a lot of women out there that do take advantage. And I don't blame men, dads, for wanting to know where that money's going. I do get it.
Yeah,
But at the end
yeah,
of the day, when that bucket, like Laura said, it just kind of gets all put in there. I mean, you could put it to the side and say, okay, I'm going to buy clothes and school supplies and this and that. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. If women did do that, child support probably wouldn't be enough. It really wouldn't. I don't think people realize how
no.
much money kids really, really
They
take
really
up.
are. I mean, then when you
It's
look
a
at
lot.
when you look at some of these celebrities when they have the prenup or
Yeah.
whatever it is, if they have to give child
Mhm.
support, like, $20,000, $30,000
Oh
a
my
month
gosh.
just for
Yeah.
child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the more
That's a
money
lot.
you make, the more money it is. It
Yeah.
is Ocean's Pit. It's time. Speaking of money, now everything's running into something here. Speaking of money, so let's go right to Imperialux. My good friend Wendy and Craig from Imperialux, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson, Craig Coughlin will help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. Or book them on Kennelly for a free consultation. Start building the retirement that you deserve with Imperialux. Give them a call, becoming your own bank. No, it's not too bad to learn to start and do
No.
that stuff, which I think we all need to do that. I definitely screwed
Mhm.
up as a
Me
kid,
too. Yeah.
right? It was like, we'll be
Mhm.
tomorrow. He'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's what
It's
my
tomorrow.
so it's tomorrow. Where is it? Right, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
March. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. Forget,
Yep.
yeah. No meat
And
tomorrow
today's
either.
and today's Fat Tuesday. So today's the beginning of like the Tuesday before Lent, right? So
Right.
I was looking at things that people give up for Lent. I was going to talk to you about it, like because I think
Yes.
Easter this year, I think Greek Orthodox Easter is the same day as the American or Catholic Easter, which doesn't
Yeah.
happen a lot. It doesn't fall the same. So I found the perfect thing about Lent for me. It's a meme, but it
All right.
suits me perfectly. It
Okay.
says, for Lent this year, I'm giving up fucks. I shall not give one for the next 40 days.
Okay. There
You
you
know how
go.
they say, I don't give a fuck? Like I
Yeah.
give 0 fucks. I'm
Yeah.
gonna not give one for the next 40 days. That's what I'm giving up for Lent. Okay.
That's at least you're sticking to it and you're
I'm gonna
honest.
stick to it.
Absolutely. And Fat Tuesday, whatever it was, I had to go out and get these Pajinskis or Polinsky or Poochkis, whatever these
Punch
were,
keys. Punch keys. Punch,
Penskis, whatever
yeah.
they are. But the point I'm trying to say, after I looked at
Oh,
them, I go, isn't it the same thing as a custard
a
donut?
donut. Yes, it is pretty much. Yep.
It's a little bit more richer, I guess. They put more
Yeah,
stuff in
creamy,
it. I guess.
sweet. It's a glorified donut, is what it is.
Glorified donut. And March is also St. Patrick's Day, St. Joseph's Day, right around the corner
Yep.
too, folks.
Mhm.
Are you do you go out on St. Patrick's Day and get drunk like all the rest of Americans do?
So I bartended so many years of my life, 25. I always bartended. I was always behind the bar, always. Like for all these big holidays, like Black Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day, those are your big, busy days where you make money. So no, I never
Yes.
went out really for them. I would bartended. If they had different days that I used to go to Beverly on what is that, on 111th Street when they had the big parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade. I would go to
Yeah.
those when I was growing up. Those are always fun. And go do your little pub crawls. I mean, I've done them, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be around that many drunk people. Sloppy drunk people if I'm not bartending.
I don't look forward to that. And here's something
No.
I agree. And what pisses me off is I got it. St.
Me
Patrick's, if you guys, for you Irish people out there, St. Patrick was Italian. You do know that. He got kicked out of Italy and he went to Ireland. It's a true story. And then, but then you look at St. Joseph's Day, we got hardly anything with St. Joseph's Day. Certain places have the St. Joseph's Day table, but you don't mention it on television. You don't mention it on the news. You don't mention it. You don't see a store saying every bar, like, St. Patrick's Day, drink your beer.
Right.
That's
Right.
like that's in a weekend for all the Irish people. So I mean, it's
Well,
just like, right? I mean, it's like same thing with us. We drink. It is what it is, right?
I mean, if booze is involved and people can make money, they're going to turn it into a big holiday like Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line. It's money. That's all.
Yes, that's
You know.
right. St. Patrick, his parents were Roman. You're correct, Patrice. President Donald Trump calls for the death penalty to all drug dealers. What's your take on that?
So I read in one of the, how they have the patch, newspaper stuff. This kid is a senior at a school that my son went to last year. He's at a different one now. They found 7 pounds of fentanyl and guns in his house. Now, he was going to distribute those. He's a senior in high school, at the high school. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the death penalty, I do believe that the death penalty should be something that is back and that is definitely utilized for drug dealers, maybe. But one of the things that I can honestly say, I think we should take a lot of these criminals, like a lot of them, and stick them into boot camps, into the military. And you want to fight? You want to shoot guns? You want to be a badass? Go be a badass. Go get trained. Go to boot camp and go fight for your country. And then maybe you could get out of being in jail, depending on your crime. Nothing with kids or anything like that. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You can't be rehabbed. Those are the ones that should get the death penalty. But I think some of these criminals, I think you want to shoot guns, you want to be a game banger, you want to do this, that, send them to boot camp, send them through the military process, put them out on the front lines and have them go fight there. At least there's a purpose for you. Like, instead of going to jail, I would give them that option. Maybe they'll make something of themselves. I don't know. I've thought about that for a long time.
I agree. I agree with you on that. Then you know what? The death penalty, guys, sex offenders with kids.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. You touch
Agreed.
a kid, forget the court case, forget that. You should give the police officer a chance to go, boosh, gone, done, next, over with.
Yep.
There's no excuse to touch a child. There is no excuse, there is no common sense. And for the Catholic Church for doing it, and a lot of churches for years shipping these priests out, to different pastors. Different parishes, and sliding it, covering it under, sweeping it under the table, and in
Mhm.
Hollywood, all this crazy P Diddy, this all Epstein stuff.
Yep.
It's been going on for centuries, folks. It's been going on
Yep.
back to the Roman days. It needs
Mhm.
to stop, and that's
Yeah.
just my opinion. As crazy as it
Agreed.
is, I don't know.
Agreed.
March 3rd, 1931. You know what that day was, Carol? The Star Spangled Banner became our national anthem on March 3rd, 1931. And
Wow.
that's kind of interesting. It sees how many people actually still try to fight the national anthem, and people
Mhm.
booing the national anthem when it's being played. It's just crazy here. And like I said, as the months go on, it's going to be pretty interesting here in the United States of
Mhm.
America, folks. Whether you're a
Yeah.
Trumper or you're not, it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting. It's that minute,
Mhm.
folks, for Ace Hardware. That's right, JRC Ace Hardware Stores. It's the weather. That's right, weather for Tuesday, March 4th, 48 degrees right now. It feels like it's 43. It's cloudy out there. Humidity is 30%. Wind chill is 12 miles per hour. Raining. It's going to be raining through most of the day today, as it is raining right now in Oak Grove. But that is the weather for the today, folks. That's brought to you by the Ace Minute, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace. All right, so let's get. This is interesting. We were talking about marriages and stuff like that. Talking about if you are married and keep separate finances, you're not
Mhm.
a team. You're just roommates with wedding rings. Married couples need to budget their money together. You're married. You're not roommates. Money should be me thing. Oh, it shouldn't be a me thing. It should be a we thing. I do not
Mhm.
have income. My wife and I have an income. It's much hers as it is mine. Spiritually, morally, excuse me, illegally, it's not mine. It's yours. What's your thought on that?
So I could speak to this. I mean, everybody, that's a personal preference up for people. Everybody does something differently. I know I got married late in life. So, at that point, you're kind of settled and, you have your money, your bank accounts, your this, your that. If you settle on knowing, okay, you're going to pay this, I'm going to pay this, you guys, I'll be honest with you. I was my credit was very. I'm not saying his was bad. My credit was very, very good. I worked very hard to have good credit from a younger age, and I wanted my credit to be good. I wanted to be the only one responsible for the bank account. I didn't want anybody else to be able to screw that up, or that way we can be responsible for our own stuff. And yeah, I get the team effort as well, but some people, I know people that they have 15, 20 credit cards, and they spend on those, and then they pay their own credit cards. Like, I was never a credit card person. I don't like to be in debt. I don't like living off of credit cards. I really don't. I have one or two. Like, I just don't like that. I'd rather pay for things when I need them or have them, and that's that. But everybody's different, and I was always so afraid of going into like some deep debt. So I always like to keep it separately from we were older.
That
So
makes
I don't
sense.
think it's a problem
Yeah.
if you both agree to it.
If you both agree to it, I agree with 100%. Like
Mhm.
me, I like credit cards only because I pay it off. I
Yeah,
pay it off a
yeah.
month. So I
Mhm,
don't have the what's monthly, whatchamacallit. But also, it's great to keep track of because I write everything off. So it's
mhm.
good. Everything is,
Right.
itemized, and it's very
Yep.
easy. So
Mhm.
that works for me.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's really different for everybody. Let's
Mhm.
see. Bruce Lee said, the great martial arts artist, you will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm living that right now. My everything's elevated for me right now. So it's true. Like I just said, I have to check out a little bit. Like I overthink, and I know I do. It's one of my how I am. And the more you overthink, I'm stressing myself out to the point of, look, I'm sick. 4 days, I like lost my voice. My immune system took a shit. I just think it's from the amount of stress, and then I have the autoimmune crap. So then your immune system goes down. Um, yeah, you know what? I really do have to learn how to not give a shit about certain things, and just stop myself from continuously thinking about everybody else's stuff and worrying about everybody else. I
Yeah.
can't. It's too much.
It is too much, and especially when you don't the people that you're worried about or whatever. If the feeling is mutual and they're helping you during times, and it's like a 1-2 thing, that's a cool thing. Okay, you're sitting in the back thinking, okay, these friends helped me, I want to help them. That's cool, different kind of story. But these days, and especially when you're out in the public, and I can speak for that. There's a lot of people that love to throw daggers at me for no problem. I got it. I get it. My mouth gets me in trouble, and I got it. But I do believe also that you have to be a little bit thick-skinned in the business that you're in. And I think for women in general, I think they need to be a little thick-skinned too as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I come across loud. I come obnoxious sometimes, opinionated. Yeah, I got it. It is what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're right. I think I wish more people were like that instead of the fake people that shake your hand and just say, and have no opinion on anything.
Yeah.
Boy, you just got robbed $10 from that person. Oh, it's okay. It's like, right. So I don't know. Jeanette, how you doing? Yeah, my 2 favorite people. Oh, we love you too. And Jeanette, thank you for the flowers. It was very nice. DiGrigo, no mistake, got staged for the Golden Trophy. Oh, yeah. De Niro. Wait. Oh, that's Jeanette talking about that. All right. Let's talk about this is interesting, Carol. If you have a baby in 2025, in 2031, they start kindergarten. In 2038, they become a teenager. In 2043, they go to college. In 2051, they're off your health insurance. And 2060, they can run for president of the United States.
I can't even go that far. I can't even go that far.
Right? It's like, oh my God, it is absolutely crazy.
My daughter already has one of my feet on a banana peel. She asks me now when she was about 5 years ago, she's like, Mom, are you going to be alive when I get married? I'm like, oh my God, what are you saying to me right now? She's like so upset I had her so late in life, which, it sucks, but I didn't want to just get pregnant by whoever just to have a kid early. Yeah. But then you start thinking about, if I even start thinking about her age and then what my age is going to be, it literally can make me go down the worst rabbit hole ever. So I just don't think about it. I'm like, I'm not even going to think about it, but you better meet somebody nice real soon. You better find the love of your life soon, because I want to be around for all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to be around, right? Because you never know. Every day, like they said, you're born on the day, and then that day that you're born, right underneath it is the day that you're going to pass away. Because we talked to this many times. Life. Don't keep waiting for tomorrow to do certain things. Were you? Did you listen to Dan Bongino?
Oh yeah, all the time.
His podcast. He's now the assistant FBI director. But look at this. He just took a job for less than 1/5 of his salary. The director of the FBI makes $118 a year. That's it. He was making $7 million a year from his podcast alone. Folks, that is the definition. That is the definition of a patriot. There's more to life than just money, because he knows after the 4 years, he can always go back to the podcast.
Sure.
So, but he's going to, he probably had a lot saved, and he knows, but $118,000 a year, that's all the assistant FBI director gets paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he knows that the changes need to be made. And you know what? He's been, now that you're being given a voice and some power to get things done, because I liked him. He's very passionate. I really enjoyed listening to him. I learned a lot from him because he was in it. You know what I mean? When you know people that have worked in that field, and you hear stories from them, from hands-on experiences, you got to believe them. I mean, they were there.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. You're looking at all this stuff. I was trying to go through stuff here. It's all political stuff, obviously. Here's some stories here. Fox News, Law and Disorder. House lawmakers on the Judicial Committee will examine how Biden-Harris administration may have manipulated the legal system to target American citizens and political opponents. It seems like now they're coming out or trying to investigate all this stuff that's coming out. The question is, if all this stuff is proven, Carol, in your opinion, if this stuff is all proven and it's facts and it's out there, what does the world do? What does the United States of America think after all this stuff, how we've been used and all our money went to different things and what they're finding out right now. Right now, they're questioning everything. They think it's fake. It's not happening. But in your opinion, what would the United States look like?
Well, I think we've looked like fools for a long time, I think, unfortunately. But I think they're making it look. The problem is the people who believed in Biden and whoever all along, no matter what, they're just not going to take the blinders off. They're going to come up with some kind of an excuse, like it didn't happen. But truly, you could put it right in front of their face. I just had this conversation with somebody. You can look at these. You can look at the numbers. A lot of it is public information. If you want to do this search, it's very difficult. There's a lot going on and involved, but you could see it right in front of your face, and they're still going to say no. They don't want to see it. If you don't want to see it, you're not going to. But I do think that they do need to pay. They should go to jail for some kind of period of time. They really should. I mean, if it's proven, there should be something repercussions, because this entire country was like hijacked. That's the best word I could come up with.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And it's going to go back to this again and again of everything question that we come up with. If it was another Republican president who found out all this stuff, he would be hailed as a hero. But because it's Donald Trump, God forbid. That's the thing that really irks me about this. You're not looking at the actual the topic that's going on. You're looking at the guy, since you hate him so much. You don't want him to succeed, and they can't believe everything this guy says. And that it really irks me. It really does. It really bothers me, and that's something I think that people here. Massachusetts appeals court denies parental right to be briefed about child's gender identity change at school. Now,
wait.
School.
What did it?
Okay, one more time.
Yeah, they've got it.
The Massachusetts appeals court denies parental rights to be briefed about child's gender identity, and they want to change it at the school. So they don't tell the parents when these kids are going to do this.
This is. I just literally. My mom is here visiting right now. I just had this discussion. I just had this discussion saying, she's like, a boy has this, a girl has that. That's it. I said, yes, but she can't stand Trump. Okay. But I said, okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is that's what they were doing before. Is a lot of parents and women they voted because they have children. And what they were trying to do is give kids 13 years old medical autonomy. No, they don't know at that point what they want or need at that point to mutilate themselves. What they're trying to do, and it would have happened. And this is what it sounds like you're saying in Massachusetts right now. They're appealing it, is they want to be able to do these things without parental permission. You can't take rights away from parents. It's their child. Okay. That's their body. That's almost like saying, yeah, here, give up your child. So then, to a pedophile and let him have his way with it. Like, no.
What if they're okay now? I agree with you 100%. But isn't it true that at the age of 18, the kid can do whatever he wants?
I believe I'm not 100% sure. I think 18 is when they say you're an adult. At 18, listen, do what you want. I guess you're not going to have control. But at 13, 14, when your hormones are raging, everything around you is changing. Your life is changing. You have people in one ear out the other. You're confused, and more confused than ever now because of all the shit that's going on and what we're seeing on TV and the news and movies. These poor kids don't have a fighting chance. So no, a lot of these people that have had these sex change operations or mutilations, they are committing suicide. They have worse mental health issues than ever before. They're saying they wish they didn't do it because now the women can't have children. Listen, how many times have we changed our minds over the last 25 years of our lives, right? I'm still changing my mind about things. I'm still changing my mind about things. You know what I mean? So you're not even fully, your frontal lobe isn't fully developed till you're 28. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You can't do
It doesn't
that.
make sense to me, and I believe it. If anything after 18, you can do whatever you want. But I'm also, a lot of parents also say when you're 18, if you're still living under my roof, then you're going to follow. I don't care how old you are.
Yep.
If you want to be an adult, you want to go out on your own, well, then you can
Yep.
make any decision you want. But if I'm
Agreed.
still paying your bills at the age of 18, you're going to do. But legally, they can do that, and you're right. And I want to say that those parents should be concerned. Yeah, child abuse. It's crazy as it is. Boyd, I was right about the attack on the Capitol. Why did those jerks get off? Well, you know what? There's one way of looking at that, Boyd. You got a point on that point. Yeah, it's just like Dr. Fauci was pardoned. Hunter Biden was pardoned. So I don't know. You got to answer for all this stuff, folks. And it's kind of crazy. That's why we don't know all the details of everything that's going on right now.
Right.
But you all, like I said, I like all the points that you guys make. And I do appreciate everything, your comments and everything that does come in. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Speaking about a nice company and a good bunch of guys, how about our good friends from Jack Vena Landscaping? Folks, that's right. Jack Vena Landscaping, they offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall, cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service installation, servicing the North Shore for 45 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. And then my good buddy, Louis Pipes, everybody, from Airtight Windows. If you're looking for windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland for 35 years, do it right with Airtight Windows. Call Lou at 708-798-5000 and tell him Tony O sent you with Airtight Windows. Twisted Tuesday, Carol Brendolino. Carol will be with us back again on Thursday, folks. Tomorrow there is no show. And Friday, Raffaello is coming in from Ace Hardware. Do it yourself, fix it yourself. Little project that we're going to do once a month with our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right, so we got a couple minutes left here. Let's see if we got Elon Musk asked a great question today. How many countries tax their citizens and send money to the United States? There you go, folks. Answer me that question, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, people that are fighting Elon Musk and Donald Trump, if they're fighting this Doge and everything like that, Doji, excuse me, does any other country do that? We do that. Okay, I know we're the most powerful country right now in the world, and I understand that, but it just really bothers the hell out of me. Here, another thing Elon Musk is doing. Carol, tell me your thoughts on this. Starlink, to allow calling anywhere on Earth with no cellular towers needed. Wouldn't that be cool that you can pick up the phone and call whatever you want without, and you're in the woods somewhere and down in Wisconsin, and call and you can't get a whatchamacallit. It's crazy. They can do that. I wonder what would that cost to do that with these solar panels is what they're all talking about.
Yeah, I would like to know what the drawbacks are. You know, I mean, there's always benefits to anything like that. But then you start wondering, there's got to be something that's might not be good. I mean, I haven't even read enough about that. So I would love to be able to do that. I think that would be excellent. And it will happen eventually. AI, I mean, just there's so many things that are going to change in the next 10 years that we never thought before.
Yeah. But, I mean, they had Bill Gates on Jimmy Kimmel, and he said that he thinks that a lot of jobs will be not done by humans anymore very soon.
Yeah, they already started. I mean, look at all your stores now. Your grocery stores are already, you're doing it yourself anyway. You know what I mean? You're cashing yourself out. They have the machines there. You had a bartender on the cruise. You had that big arm. They had mechanical arm making a drink. I've never seen that in my life.
That was one bar. They have it in Las Vegas too. That was one bar that you pushed a button and it was like your drink, and then they dropped the ice, then they dropped the mix, then they dropped.
Holy crap! Never saw anything
that's
like
crazy. A lot of people will be out of work, which is crazy. Okay, last question for you, Carol. All right, here we go. Or anybody else listening? Not proud to ask, but my husband cleans the toilet brushes in the dishwasher, top rack. I'm not convinced this is sanitary. Thoughts?
That's not right. That cannot be true. Then get rid of your husband. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Get rid of him. Who
washes the toilet brushes in the dishwasher?
Oh,
I know a guy. I know a guy who washes his toothbrush in the dishwasher. His
Hey,
toothbrush.
can't
I
you
don't
just
know.
pour some hydrogen peroxide over it or something?
That's it.
I mean,
Pour something on there. I mean, you people
how
are out of your
I
minds.
mean,
It's
how
crazy.
much shit is actually in your mouth that you need to wash it in your toothbrush in the dishwasher? Where are you putting your mouth? What the
Where are you doing with that toothbrush, folks?
what the
Absolutely. Drives me crazy. Nuts,
God.
you guys. It's coming to the end of the hour, folks. We got, like I said, two brand new clubs that we've never played for before. Like I said, this Saturday will be at Johnny's Kitchen and Tap in Glenview. So it'll be the first time I'm actually in that area. So it should be kind of cool. And then the 13th will be at Bellanote of March in Lisle with my good buddy Tony Toto and David Calderon from Jilly's. It's in Lisle. I've never been there before, but that's another new club. The 15th will be at Hobart, Indiana for Oceans Rat Pack. We're excited about that, folks. And then Positano's March 20th. Now, usually we always do it with Jerry Jams and Lisa P. Well, Lisa P is going to be in Florida for that month, and Jerry Jams is leaving for the cruise a couple days before I do. So one night only, Thursday, March 20th, Daryl Armenstad and Regina Karma. Completely different show that we have with Jerry and Lisa P. So it will be cool. It'll be fun for you guys to come out and see that. All right, guys. Birthdays for Tuesday, March 3rd. Mario Andretti, the great race car driver, 85 years old. Justin Beamer turns 31 years old. Richard Hamlin, you watching? Booker T, WWF, turns 59 years old. Harry Belafonte. Luke Combs, you country guys out there, 34 years old. Chris Martin from Coldplay turns 47 years old. John Bon Jovi turns 62 years old. Dr. Seuss celebrates a birthday today. Makes all those great children's books. Big Ben Rosenberger from the Pittsburgh Steelers football, 42 years old. Karen Carpenter of the Carpenters, one a great woman drummer, great musician, great songwriters, of course. Andy Hawk, chief of police of Elmwood Park. Andy, happy birthday. And of course, Harry Carey. Holy cow. Our good friend Harry Carey, who passed away, former Cubs announcer, celebrating a birthday, guys. Well, it's that time, everybody. We want to thank you all for coming around. We want to thank, of course, Carol Brendolino here on Twisted Tuesday. Carol will be back with us, of course, on Thursday. So I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. Keeping the week going. Tomorrow there is no show. Friday, Raffaello from JRC Hardware Stores is going to be here doing a fix-it-yourself or do-it-yourself project once a month, which I think is really, really cool. Let's get right to our sponsor, folks. Again, Ace Hardware. Why shop at JRC Aceware Stores? Because they carry all the best brands. Conveniently located in a neighborhood with service that cannot be beat. And now we have extended hours on Saturday. That's right. Starting March 1st, all JRC Ace Hardware stores will open till 7 o'clock p.m. to offer more convenience for our customers. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, have a great Tuesday, even though it's pouring rain out. Carol, you have a safe trip over there in Bloomington. Make sure you fill us in on it on Thursday when we see you guys.
Well,
buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. And right now we just need to be kind to each other. Be kind to each other. It's a tough world out there. Thank you all very much. Nixa Hodges, take us out. God bless you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for being a great audience. Please share the show, Ocean's Pit, Monday through Friday at noon. God bless you. Sleep warm.